Hello and welcome back to the desk here at the Halo World Championship Tour London. I'm Brycey, and joining me this time to break down the next games, it's going to be Walshy and Onset. Guys, how are you?
Doing well.
Still good, still here, still standing.
Still good, still kind of getting into this tournament?
I'm fully immersed right now. I've enjoyed every minute so far.
For some reason, like the jet lag hasn't hit me yet. So whenever that kicks in, I'll.
At one point, you just be slumped over when we come back.
Exactly. It's not like I would fall asleep watching Halo like someone over on the caster desk at all. I don't know. We'll throw it over to a well-rested Golden Boy in a little bit.
Is this the thing you were talking about last one, where it's the 5 reasons we hate Golden Boy? Is that?
Yes.
Just one of them.
Hashtag Halo WC for your answers. But first, we know all the games that are now going to happen today, since we've had enough games to figure out the rest of the bracket. Let's take a look at the fixtures. You can see the final games have now been slotted in. Ground Pound versus Ironide and Potent Halo versus One Gaming Esports. And those are elimination games. So if you lose those, you will be out completely. But we have just seen Rift obviously take down One Gaming. Coming up next, Viperio versus Garda. Then Exertus Esports and Team Ambition. And then we go on to the games I just spoke about. So I think we've got the majority of the first day is now kind of behind us. And you know what? It's been a pretty good day. The last 2 games have been very, very close. We've seen some really great gameplay out of these 2 teams. But let's jump into our next matchup then. Viperio versus Garda. First thoughts?
Well, Viperio are a really strong squad. This is a kind of a sleeper squad so far. This 3/4 of this squad actually beat Infused in the first EU tournament on Halo 5.
Okay.
So they've got some really good players here. Give respect to Infused at that point. They weren't playing well. They were not playing as well as they are now. But some of the players on this Viperio squad are really strong, and they've just added Vard. And I mean, Vard is an EU name that it transcends the ages. I mean, this guy's been playing for years, longer than anyone, I think. So if you add that player onto any team, it's going to increase their firepower. And this is a squad to definitely watch going through the tournament, because they do have the potential to take games off of people they probably shouldn't.
Okay, so from kind of the gist of what I'm getting you're saying there is that Viperio are the heavy favourites in this one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think Viperio, I'm going to put it out there, I think Viperio could be challenging Excel possibly in this tournament. I mean, that's a big call, and it's a brave call, but because I've got a couple right today, I'm getting a little bit excited and carried away.
So I've got to throw it
out there now. I mean, I'm going for it. Yeah, definitely. They could do that later in the tournament, so they'll probably get knocked out now in this game, no, my luck.
Okay, so you think they're such heavy favourites. Does that mean there's kind of nothing Guard can do, or is there some sort of... Are they close?
No. I think it's the only way I can put it.
Moving on.
I'm being a savage. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a bit of a shutout. I think we might be back to the quick 2-0s, to be honest with you, in this series.
All right, speak to me more about Viperio then. Who's their key player?
There's a couple. There's Vard, obviously. You know, he's an established Halo player. He's been playing for years. Great player. He's won numerous EU tournaments. He's back in Halo 3 days, went and competed at MLG tournaments. But there's a little man called Warlord on this team. Now,
okay. Tell me about Warlord.
He's a little gem. He's very good at being a Halo 5. So he's very good at using the automatics. He's very good at using that radar. He's one of those players, you always walk around a corner and Warlord will be there with a shotgun or something like that. He's one of those annoying players. You know when you play online and there's that annoying player all the time? That's Warlord. So I expect big things out of him.
All right, fair enough. How do you think they're going to kind of measure up to this environment, though? Like, so this is where the big teams come out to play.
I think they'll do okay. You know, as I said, 3/4 of this team have played at a LAN event before, so they're quite comfortable with each other. And Vard, I mean, the guy's played at 1,000 LAN events. I mean, he's played at more events than I've had hot dinners. So if he doesn't perform, then I'd be very, very surprised.
All right, Walshy, kind of going into this one, from your point of view, I'm guessing you're going to kind of agree with Onset since he's watched this team so much?
Yeah, so one of the exciting parts for me being out here is the teams that I'm unfamiliar with and watching, I get to just get a fresh outlook on all these squads, get to see like what they're doing very well and what they seem to be making mistakes with. And so that's what I'm definitely doing when I'm analyzing these next few games, is seeing how they set up to hold the ultimate setup on Strongholds rig, how they protect their sniper when they have the power weapons on Coliseum Slayer, and you know, if we eventually get to see a truth flag, how they run the flag on truth.
Oh, please let us see a truth flag. Please let us see a purple map.
Today.
Please, one of you down there, one of the teams, please go to a game 3. Just throw it.
Speaking of a game 3, let's get your predictions then. Walsh, let's start with you.
Ooh, you were hyping up Viperio quite a bit. I'm gonna say a 2-0 Viperio then.
Are you agreeing with me?
Yeah.
On
agree
set,
with you.
You're a brave man to do that. But yeah, I'm going 2-0 Viperio.
Okay, well, let's see if you can continue that kind of good run of fortune here. But let's throw over to our wonderful casting duo. It's almost like a packet of crisps. It's Golden Wonder.
Thank you so much, Bryce. Now, the reason why I'm a little jet lagged is because unlike my counterpart, Dave Walsh over there, I don't suck away the souls of youth, right, of the young children of the world to maintain my boyish good looks. This is all natural, oily skin from my Hispanic heritage. Unlike Dave Walsh, who needs to be essentially, a demon, which is what I'm basically calling Walshy.
I'm still mad that he was
He's a demon.
31 hours late.
31 hours late, 31 years old.
The talent meeting.
Grow up, Walshy.
Missed
you
the
know
player
what I mean?
meeting. He missed,
Stop
all
being
of,
late.
Come on.
It's like,
just unprofessional is what it is.
This guy,
This guy.
This is why we can't have old people in Halo.
Exactly.
This is why we booted Maven. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because he looked like Joe Rogan, but yet he had less hair.
Wow.
And now Walshy, don't worry, man. He will find it. You'll see. The looks deteriorate. Makeup can only hide so much.
See, burning Walshy I can deal with, but Maven, he's a lot bigger than me, so I'm going to leave that fight to you.
It's fine. Don't worry. I got him. I got him.
I know I said I'm scrappy, but
He ain't nothing.
I don't think I could
He
take
ain't
him.
nothing. We'll handle it.
Okay.
I got Gandhi. No, but seriously though, guys, looking forward to this matchup: Viperio versus Garda. Viperio, I think the analysts said it, their best, and even bold claims from Onset, who has been historically wrong in everything that he's done, even his hairdo. So I think that there's...
Come on now.
Hey, I have no hair, so I can make fun of everyone.
Listen, he has like 3 hairs. You can't... you can't make fun of the man with 3 hairs, okay?
No. He has hair.
Hey, I'm going that way as well.
I
so
have no hair. I have no... That's right. Just looking at him. I mean, listen, you can't make fun... Worst anyone could ever say is, oh, you're bald. I'm like, I totally admit I'm bald. I do this to myself. So it's all self-inflicted.
Okay. Maps, Golden Boy.
We have to commentate a game here, folks. All right, so we've been seeing them all day long, rigged and Strongholds and Truth.
If you don't know the game types by now, then you should have been
honestly, I can't do anything for you.
And if you don't know how to play this game type by now, then seriously,
I think we've said it about 30 million times. It is a focus on basement, this area you're seeing right here,
and nest right there.
The nest. That's what you want to hold down. The match has begun. We're going to kick it over to Looney here from Viperio, and good play there to get that active camo. Teammate shoots that bottom portion. Oh, okay, goodbye.
Bye, Nath Moore.
Well, Nath, was good having you here, pal.
It's good to see you. Thanks for turning on, man. Try to stay on the map next time, though.
Well, that camo cannot stay alive or stay up long enough to Looney.
This guy's name. Come on, Alex, we got to talk about this guy's name.
I don't know how that made it past Xbox Live, but you know what? Dog Swallix, bro.
It is what it is. Okay?
It's a great name.
Can we call him Dogs? Is that okay?
Let's call him Dogs.
Okay, all right. Well, Dogs has got himself 2 assists on the board so far.
Or Swally.
I'd say Swally. I like it.
Call him Swally.
Yeah, Swally. Let's roll with Swally. His team are 8-0 up right now. I mean, both the analysts called Viperio to take this series 2-0. At the moment, it is Garda who are up 10-0. I tell you what, man, he's in a dogfight right now. All right, yeah, you like that, huh?
Oh, it was a little campy, but we'll take it.
We'll work on it.
It's only day one. Well, in any case, though, Vard, a lot of praise for this guy as well. Vard, a veteran in the EU Halo space. Really glad to see a player like him not only continuing to stick with it, but also in a position where he could, make it, right? I mean, you never know what could happen at a live event. And I know Viperio, everyone's here to play for that opportunity to make it to the EMEA qualifiers and, of course, get to the Halo World Championship. And look at that there. That is the thing that Strongside was doing last night in practice games, and it was the most annoying thing in the world. You go up on Pink 2 in Truth, and he's just camping in the corner because that's all he knows how to do, and they lost that game. They lost that game. It was you, me, my wife.
Can I just remind everyone, look, we were taking maps off Strongside with your wife on our team.
With ease.
Come on now.
With ease.
I just got to remind everyone.
My wife is a great Halo player. It's well documented, so she held it down.
Apparently.
Better than Strongside,
We're just roasting everyone in this cast. Okay, let's get back to some Halo.
I got plenty. to come.
We'll save it. It's a long weekend ahead.
We have a lot of Halo left here,
Let's swap over there to Warlord on the Viperio side. His team currently up by around 15. And he has a Garda player here to contend with. Wall there will
That was
finish off the kill there.
Strafing there. And you know, one thing you got to point out is how they're holding down that tower side very well, right? Look, someone's there. You think he has an opportunity, even though he has camo, but it's just not enough, right? They do manage to make the cap happen. There's going to be a pick there. So that's the thing. You got to be mindful of that tower push, which is happened quite a bit throughout this day. We've seen players, you know, that's been the opportunity for them. When you want to get into basement, you just flood it. You flood it with, you know, from numerous angles. You don't just try and stack up on one side. You send one player nest. You send 3 over to tower. You try and get in their face as much as you possibly can. Vard now looking for an opportunity as he wants to be able to take out this player, but he's making it very hard. That was going to be Matthew. I believe there could be another player by Carbine, 2 as a matter of fact, and he's looking to seal the deal, get the kill, finds one, beautiful shot, but can't follow it up as he gets picked off from behind.
Yeah, that's the thing. Great confidence there from Bard. You already got 1 kill on the board, and then, you know, he saw 2 players, and then normally, you know, if you're in a 2-on-1, you'd back down, but Bard there saw 2 players, weren't even looking at him, and he thought, you know what, that's 2 kills for me. Outcast will take down Matthew there as well, but total control now for the Viperio side, and this is starting to look a bit more how we expected it to look into this game, right?
Yeah, they're pinning him on the BR base. They just secured that one because they needed something. But now it's going to be about where Garda pushes and tries to, you know, not necessarily stack up, but where can they prioritize, you know, and also time the pushes, right? Those are going to be really important. As Railgun comes up here in just a little bit, 2 shot left in the, 2 shot left in the scatter shot, 1 shot remaining, picks up that rail. Oh, you just got in the way, Matthew. Sorry about that. Got caught with a rail right to the butt. But needless to say, this is looking fantastic for Viperio as they're looking to cross that 60-point mark. 1 player above them, can't quite seal with the kill, but
almost made it happen.
That was pretty good timing there on that railgun.
Yeah, Nath Moore jumping out, almost took a railgun to the face, but you know what? He somehow survived, took down Looney. I did like the confidence there from Looney, though. He already got 2 players. He got the double, and in that kind of scenario, a lot of players would get greedy and say, hey, you know what? I want a triple. I'm going to challenge this. But Looney's such a mature player these days. He decided, hey, 2 kills is enough for me. I'm happy to just pin them in the BR base and continue this scoring run. But as we said that, Garda have decided to start scoring, but just as I say that, Viperio again back in scoring.
Yeah, they're very close here, you know, for Nathan Moore to be able to get that, objective basement there. But just, you know, again, you're by yourself with the pistol. You have players pushing you from nest, players pushing you from tower. It's very hard to overcome in that situation, especially considering that there's no, like, you know, yes, you have the railgun, but it's timing, right? You have to time the shots. And if you're getting pressed by like 3 people at the same time, there's just no way you're going to be able to come out on top, even with a railgun that kills in 1 shot. So Viperio looking to close this game out, 77-31, 16 kills I saw on the board for one of the members. Nice shot there from Looney with the carbine as they are 20 points away from winning this game, and a great railgun as well. Now he has to be mindful of the player by the basement, gets the kill on the floor, and Looney is just on a tear. He picks up the double kill, and his teammates, you see the way they're spaced out there, playing in the forward position, player by tower, player by the snipe pit, or snipe portal, or snipe, what am I saying? English is hard.
Over there.
Over there. He's in the thing by the sniper in the stuff.
He's by the wall with the
And Vard pushing, Vard pushing by that BR side. They're just collapsing all over Garda. No opportunities for them to do anything.
I thought we were going to see a ground pound there from Looney, but Looney's been electric in this game, and he's really propelled his Viperio side. He's just been getting kills left, right, and center. Wouldn't be surprised to see him at the top of the leaderboard. That's another kill and an assist there as well for Looney.
They've been
Looney and Vard, yeah, in this game have just been an absolute duo, and right now they're only 3 points away, and Garda, coming off the respawn, doesn't look like they're going to be able to be in a position to take either of these strongholds back from Viperio, so that surely will be game number 1. GG, no Looney.
Good work there, and I did not realize that Looney basically had the most beautiful hair that a man could have.
Check it out.
I mean, look, just zoom in on the hair.
Can we get zoom in?
We'll get the zoom in. We'll get the zoom in. I just want to see the flowing locks. Vard, 19 kills. Looney, 18 kills for him.
Yeah, it's like we said, you know, those two pretty much just running around in tandem and just getting kills left, right, and center. It was easy work for them.
Man, look at that, 51% accuracy there for Vard. You know, that's pretty solid stuff overall. 131 is the score, and Viperio looks dominant. Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Man, look at that.
Looney dogs.
You just gotta, you know, I know people out there, it's like, man, I just want to braid that, you know, just Get in there, hit it with some conditioner so that you don't get the split ends. You know what I mean? Like,
I was see if I'm in this kind of scenario and I'm sat in the booth in the soundproof booth, like playing the game, and I see a camera zoomed in on my face, I'm going to start doing some stuff. You know,
I would too.
I'm thinking like, you know, rock paper scissors maybe. You know, maybe a bit of a what face here and there.
I mean, that's literally how it came about. So, because someone shoved a camera in my face.
Okay. Can I get a live what face just for the straight down the middle? There it is. Okay.
I mean, that's how I look. I wake up in the morning. My wife wakes me up. She's like, you know, honey, we have to go. You have to go to work. You know, it's just the international face of disgust.
Yeah,
essentially.
I agree.
Shameless plug. You know, now I'm trying to get Twitch to make a what face pin, but they're just not rolling with it.
Surely there's got to be someone out there who can make you a what face pin.
You know what? I would like that a lot. It'd be wonderful.
I could draw you one.
I know you can.
Yeah.
You just have the hands of an angel.
Listen.
You
these
know?
things, they're my money makers.
Nothing else. It's just the hand.
Well,
just in a million directions we can go after that.
Yeah. Should we not go the way that I think that we're going to go?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Because I'll lose my job.
Yeah, that's not good for us or anyone involved.
Anyone involved?
No.
At all. But yes, folks, game 2 coming up here in a little bit. It's going to be Slayer Coliseum.
Ooh, haven't played this game type in a while.
No, we haven't seen this at all. We haven't seen this in the last, like, 20 minutes. It's been way too long.
It's been way too long.
But, you know, again, I say it once, I'll say it again. I love watching Coliseum. There's a lot of things that you could do, a lot of, you know, approaches that you can have on this map. You know, especially when you hear, you know, I don't want to give him too much credit. Yeah. But Walshy, you know, he kind of sometimes knows what he's talking about, right?
Sometimes he does.
Like,
it's not a lot of the
like
time,
if it's a,
you know.
like how the moon cycle is, you know. But he did make a mention to, you know, how players will push top mid and you know, you want to prioritize sniper over rockets, right? But oftentimes you see players prioritize rockets because they want to get those quick kills. And then, you know, a person who's thinking about that long game and being able to get those picks goes for the sniper. There's just a lot of like really just interesting approaches overall in the entire map. Places to hold, angles to maintain, all those things. But if you're just joining us, folks, Viperio, they won game number 1, 100-31. Rigged Strongholds. Now we're moving to Coliseum Team Slayer. Harry, is this the time? Is this the one time that we're going to see true CTF? Do you believe? No,
absolutely not. No, I'm afraid Viperio looked really, really strong in that game.
They did.
Of course, they did drop 31 points to the Garda team, but I think realistically,
I love how that's kind of like the measure
that's
of
like
which we're holding it at, right? Isn't that crazy?
How many points you drop on the
because
first game?
Infuse gets 0, and now everyone's like, I mean, you know, they got 31. It's like, that's still freaking good. 31 is amazing. All right, here we go, folks. Over to Looney. He had one heck of a game. Let's see if, you know, Fabio can take us to victory here.
Fabio?
He's like a little, like a British Fabio. I don't know what Fabio is, actually. Is
I don't know
Fabio British?
No, I don't. I've never heard that before.
You don't know who Fabio is?
No, who's Fabio?
You don't know who Fabio is?
Who's Fabio?
I can't with you right now.
Okay.
We'll just have to just go on the internet and just
I'll
look.
Google it.
Yeah, he's a, it's
or
great.
Yahoo.
or whichever.
Other search engines.
Bing it. You could Bing it.
I could Bing it, but
I
really don't want to.
All right. So Vard and Warlord picking up. Just go to Warlord, man. This guy is just shredding. He is just absolutely. Never mind. He died.
Come on, man.
That
Let's
is
just
unfortunate.
stick with Vard because he's about to do this. There you go.
Beautiful.
See?
Yeah, I mean that was textbook right there. You know, you get the no shields, and then you just bust out that BR. Been seeing that since the dawn of time. I even think the cavemen were doing that.
I think they most certainly were.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, right? You know, you just snipe a raptor and oh, nice shot there, Far. Just good angles as he finds Dogs. And you know, I also want to mention they did not get Dogs' full name. In the we want to remind everyone his name is Dog Swallux. So we just want to be very on top of that.
If you don't understand that reference, then probably you are too young. And we won't be explaining it.
No, we will not. But the internet is your friend.
Yep, you can, of course, search that.
Oh, good shot there from Vardy. Again, he's pinning down the side of the map. We saw this happen before. I forget which matchup it was, where essentially, you know, you take that sniper, you go to the red elbow, and you just police the map. You maintain where the enemy goes, where they spawn, and your teammates are there for the pickup because they're stacked on one side, being worried about you sniping them and picking them at a range, all those little things. And now that they have the rockets, this is looking pretty good here for Garda and the crew. They're only down by 7, so they can do some work here. especially considering they have both power weapons.
Yeah, they have 3 rockets left, so these really should be 3 guaranteed kills, but he's going to miss 1 and miss 2 as well. And then
he gets beat from behind.
Okay, all right.
That's the thing, right? You know, theoretically, right, you say, okay, these rockets should be 2 guaranteed kills or 3 guaranteed kills.
This
but
angle, man, oh
that would have been pretty nasty if he got a collateral. But it's just, you know, the thing about rockets is, it's good to have, right, as like a thing that kind of disrupts, right? It disrupts in the situation. But I just feel like, you know, this play right here and just being able to stack up, like, they need to be thinking about that snipe side, right? They need to be pushing out, and right where, I don't know who Stee is, but right where he is, that's where they need to be prioritizing their approach. Yeah, and you could see Viperio, they are doing exactly what Garda should have been doing.
It's happening!
Oh, ground pound, and he gets the shot. Huge play.
Stuff. I was hoping we were going to see a direct ground pound now. I still don't think I've actually seen one properly on stream. Hopefully Bard can pull one out here, but instead he's going to put the shots down there on Matthew, but Outcast will clean that one off. But an 11 kill lead at the moment for Viperio is looking great for them. And of course they still have Vard here with the sniper in his back pocket as well.
Yeah, and of course you have your teammate Outcast, I believe, who also has a sniper. I could be wrong on that one, or I think he has rockets, one or the other. Beautiful shot, never mind. I thought he was actually going to connect with a kill for that, but regardless, Looney's there for the pick. And remember, you saw it just be a 7-kill game just a little while ago. And then Viperio, they just stack up. They can, you know, kill after kill in their face. This has been working out wonderfully for them. They pressure them appropriately. They're timing the weapons, and they're making sure they're timing their movements, right? And prepping when they need to be able to push forward. And they're getting the appropriate control. I've been really impressed with what we've seen from Viperio so far.
That was so beautiful there from Bard, though. He only had 1 bullet of snipe left, and he had to make it count, and he most certainly did. Took down the player there on the red elbow. I'm looking across our screens. I also see Outcast here with the sniper. We jump on board with him midway through a double kill, I do believe, but he will go down to Dog Swallows, who I'm sorry, I can't say that name seriously. Is this allowed? Is this a really?
Well, it is apparently. You know,
I don't think
it just gotta roll with it. But yeah, but again, just what Viperio is doing here, it's exactly what you want to see, and very impressed overall with their movement. You know, they're on the money with their rotations constantly, and again, I think, you know. Oh, just gave him the Brofist. I want to see these squad, like a squad like Viperio, you know, at a live event, stack up against, you know, like an Excel or, you know, even an Infused, right? Like, I want to see, which we are going to see potentially if Viperio can keep doing this. They seem very impressive, right?
Yeah, and Looney and Bard especially, I think. And I think it's like you said, Looney here is going to pick himself up a double kill. This kind of Viperio team is the team that potentially could knock off the kind of Excel from the 4th place. So this Viperio team is certainly one to watch later on in the tournament.
If they get hot, if you know, they get the hot hand and they start feeling themselves, you could potentially see them upset a team, right? Like, just that's where we're going to be in this competition. There's no safety net, right, for any of these teams. You know, we've even seen Epsilon lose before, right? So there's no safety net. No one should be taking any of these matches lightly. And I think that's what you saw right here in this matchup. Viperio gave them everything they had. 50-21 in that matchup. Top rotations, top tier rotations, great control of power weapons. Lock that game down. Taking a look at the Carnage report. Warlord and Vard showing up big. But on the, you got to talk about Looney as well. Another strong showing from him, 10-6. On the other side, Solace was really the only one that had anything going there. 8 kills, 7 assists, 12 deaths. Despite that, though, this will not be the last time we see Guard. They will be playing in the losers matches. But you know what? Now we have Viperio versus Infused. I'm excited for that matchup.
I think I need a doggy bag for all these steak dinners that we're getting up here.
For sure,
you know,
we are.
I got too many.
It's a very filling experience.
I'm gonna be fat by the end of this.
That's good, because you need to gain some weight. You need, you know.
The thing is,
you don't need to look like me, but you need to gain weight.
You know, I rely on my kind of slender stature to be a bit scrappy in those fights.
Oh well, with the ankle biting, definitely.
Right.
No,
exactly.
you need to do that.
So,
I understand.
So if I put on a little bit too much weight, I think.
I think if you just, you know, prioritize some, you know, like some bread, right, with
some carbohydrates,
some
right?
with
so
some
like
carbs,
pasta,
you know, like that's been my key to success.
Okay, all right.
My whole life.
Yeah.
has been donuts.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, if you want to be successful like me, you need to eat donuts and bread. Okay, and then lots of cheese.
Can you write those down? Because I
will write that down for you. We'll take care of this in just a bit. For right now, though, I know a man who loves himself some donuts and bread. Okay, the one and only Brycey, and he's joined unfortunately by Dave Walsh. Brycey, what's going on?
Thank you very much for that. I think hashtag Halo WC. I think that's going to be Team Walsh or Team Golden Boy now. That's what we really got to be going for. Is which side of this do you actually fall? But yes, joining me on the desk to break this one down, Walshy and Arntech, guys. First impressions of that one.
Well, I mean, firstly, I've got to respond to Golden Boy. I mean, he basically roasted me there on stream, so just expect something to be coming back your way, my man. Don't worry about that. But
he's making lots of enemies.
Oh, it's just the worst thing
I
you
didn't
can
say
do.
a
This is
single
day
thing.
one, Dave. It's day one. We've got 2 days.
I've complimented Alex on his commentating. I've always said I looked up to the guy, and this is the way he treats me.
I mean, he was taking the mick out of my haircut, but I can't take that from a guy who apparently only brushes his teeth once a day. So anyway, moving on to the series, Viperio looked really strong. I mean, they look really dominant there, and I think my call of them maybe being able to take out a bigger team later in the tournament looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I could give myself a pat on the back there.
No, that was a great prediction.
This is just day one.
Out of the the heralded top 4 teams that we've been talking about, Viperio has been the team that has impressed me the most so far. I was very impressed by individual skill out of those places, like especially, I mean, we'll get down to individual plays that happen through those games later, but individual skill-wise, just their positioning and the way they were working together. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed by Viperio.
All right, well, before we dive too much into this one, let's send down to a quick interview. I believe it's Vard with Josh.
Thanks, Brycey. Ed, a little bit about your performance. 19-6 in the first map and 14-3 on the second. Go on.
Just, it's all about them 3 and they're like, they're just feeding me the kills. We just hold the map and kills keep coming to me. So, I just got to do what I got to do. Like.
So you're doing some serious work on the sniper there on the second map.
Yeah, it's just being really passive, really. Just, as you're saying, just picking them off one by one. And I think they were just making the mistakes. But as you say, we had the map control and, just took over the map, really.
How are you guys been doing online and against the bigger teams that on LAN? Do you think you guys have a bigger shot or an underdog team perhaps to take on those top 3 placements?
Well, I only joined the team last Sunday, so we've only played a couple of times. It was just like a last minute team. But I think a lot of people are going to underestimate us. I mean, Warlord's going to be like the MVP. Quote me. Just really looking forward to playing. Like this arena's amazing. So yeah, just buzzing.
Just a little bit more on Warlord there. Why? What makes him special on the team?
Anything he does, like he can just take a game into his hands, and he's just probably one of the up and coming players that's gonna like take over UK Halo. So,
as a veteran, how have you seen your role change in Halo from your old days to now on Halo 5?
I don't know really. I keep just slaying everything, like just doing me still. So,
straightforward. There you go. All right, Brycey, thank you. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much for that one. So, Onset, you called him a little gem. Vard thinks he's going to take over Halo Warlord. Seems to have a lot of high opinions.
Yeah, I mean, Mini Jack Sparrow, as we call him, he looks exactly like him. And the guy, I'm really impressed. And the dedication on the one thing I didn't bring up, the dedication on this squad. Those 3 players, when there was an event earlier in the year for Halo 5, and after every single series they played, those players sat down and they went through theatre. They just sat there. They didn't go off, didn't get food. They sat there and they grinded through theatre while they were at a tournament. They want to get better. All these players are really dedicated. And I think that's the first step you need. If you want to take on the top teams, you've got to be dedicated. And they really do have that.
Going through theater as a team is one of the most beneficial things you can do to improve your teamwork. Because a lot of teams, if you talk about general overall strategy on, let's say we're talking about the first game type here on Rig Strongholds. Everyone's going to have a general strategy like, oh yeah, we'd like to hold outside. We'd like to, mainly focus on basement and nest. However, once you start to talk to your teammates and actually watch the theater and see specific decisions that are made, and you start to get inside your teammates' heads and understand, oh, when my teammate's over at elbow, he's going to prefer to push over towards railgun, or actually my teammate prefers to stay back in that situation, and you get to play off each other better in those situations and know how to better back each other up and have sort of expectations so that you can make the best decision possible.
It's kind of that chemistry thing here. You kind of learn to be the best teammate. It's not just about the communication. It's also kind of that instinct of knowing if your player is going to push one way or the other, and having the ability to kind of shoot past them or shoot with them and be in the right position for them. All right, let's jump into map number 1 then. Map number 1, what did you guys take away from it?
They did such a great job of pushing out of outside. So like we've talked about so many times on Rig Strongholds is holding the outside, holding basement and nest. However, what Viperio did so well there was they put so much pressure on the inside of the map. So they would push over towards like Whitehall, and they'd push over towards Railgun, and they would not only collapse and get those kills, but they still had a member always back at Carbine. So that was that showed. I believe that was Warlord one of the times when we had it on his screen. When I was watching all this action, just saw all his teammates swarming towards the inside, and he had the composure and smarts to say, all right, I know my teammates are going out there, and even if they die, guess what? I'm going to stay back here in Carbine, block spawns, and spawn my teammates over at Carbine, which is going to guarantee them control. So their whole mindset there was the exact way you want to play an efficient objective game. They push out. They are okay in a case where they trade kills or even die, because guess what? They're going to spawn outside in the good position, and they can push out again. And each kill they get just delays the opposing team even further from making some sort of push towards outside.
I think one thing that makes that so impressive for me is how young some of these players are. To show that sort of level of maturity, to be aware of those situations in the game, I mean, that's pretty incredible if you ask me. To be that young and show that maturity.
I saw a lot of great anticipation of spawns from Viperio in those situations. Like when we talk about Coliseum, there's another situation where they realized they had a few kills and eventually watched the back spawns. But like I said, their spawn control and their aggression together towards inside the map, while not really giving up the outside, was just the key of their victory.
All right, well, let's move fully on to Coliseum then and kind of jump into the Slayer. Okay, I'm going to ask you first on set before, Walsh just takes a scalpel to it and completely dissects everything that's in there. What did you take away from it?
It was pretty much the Vard show for me. I mean, the guy had snipe and he was hitting every single shot that he saw. I mean, his teammates, I always say this, when you see someone on stream who's not being challenged and is able to snipe, his team are doing an incredible job for him because they're causing distractions elsewhere on the map. They're allowing him to move around and do his job well. But while your teammates are allowing you to do that, you have to hit your shots because you've got to help your teammates out as well. So it was the Vard show, but it was such a good team effort. Like everyone did put in great efforts in that game, and it just 50-21. I mean, there's another steak dinner for us on stream.
I think almost every game but one so far has been a steak dinner here on the first day.
Yeah.
All right, what did you take away from it, Walsh? I'm sure you've got a lot to say.
So to even dig even deeper into the sniping of Vard there, one thing he did very well was pacing his shots according to the situation. So when I look at a top sniper on the circuit, you'll notice that they react differently according to the situation. So, for example, if someone's pressing up on them and they are focused on the sniper themselves, you want to get those shots off as fast as possible. You want to give yourself as many opportunities to at least land that body shot, at least make sure you back down that pressure and create an opportunity where, all right, we got them one shot, or I might have gotten that lucky headshot while I was going for that kill. Whereas there's plenty of times where Vard was over on the sniper ridge and he saw someone running over towards red elbow, and he just took that extra little second. He's like, all right, I'll take this extra split second and efficiently use my ammo in the situation because he wasn't being challenged, he wasn't spotted, and he nailed that headshot. And so that just goes to show how well he knows the situations because, like I said, he wasn't trying to rush it in a time where the opponent wasn't looking at him, and he wasn't taking his time when pressure was on him.
So, interesting question here. Now, on set before we kind of went into this game was really hyping Viperio up and saying, you know what, these guys could kind of challenge a top 4, or at least challenge Excel. Do you kind of agree with that statement now that you've seen both teams?
Yes, I think they can definitely challenge Excel. I'm super excited to see their match against Infusion. That's going to be tomorrow, correct?
I think so, yes. I think that's tomorrow.
So I'm super excited to see that match tomorrow. I still am not convinced that they can take a game off Infusion yet, but I would love to be proved wrong. If I feel like if anyone's going to take a game off a top 4 team tomorrow, I think that could be the game. Viperio versus Infusion.
All right, well, thank you very much. Coming up next, though, on stream, Exodus versus Team Ambition. Join us for that right after this break.